Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and this time we're going to do a get ready with me, which is the first time. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know if I can talk while doing my makeup. I've never done it, but not only is it a new thing for me, I am going to have a little bit of a twist to it. I'm only going to use eyeshadow for my colored products. So bronzer, eyeliner, in my brows, on my lips, everything that has to do with color has to come from eyeshadows. So that's the twist today. So let's start with my eyebrows, because I always look like a ghost and very, well, not very defined without any brow color. So I'm going to take my Tarteist Pro and I'm going to mix these two colors together, and I'm going to just put it into my eyebrows. And oh wow, can I see myself in the mirror? That is the question. I don't know how easy this will be. I will kind of hunch down because I have like this ring light in front of me and then a mirror, but the ring light and the camera is kind of blocking my view. Yeah, this is, I don't know how people do this. To be honest, like, are they comfortable? I don't know. So I really hope that you will be able to pick up the differences even in the camera, because the camera often takes off a lot of makeup, and so sometimes you can't see too much of a difference, but I think you can see a good difference there. And so I'm not looking quite as dead anymore. Let's move on to my eyes. I'm going to use this one. I haven't used it before. I got it in the advent calendar last year from P. Louise. This is the Can I Have a Taste? And I do have it in my 50 Shades of Brown challenge. And so I'm just going to do a warm tone look today, because my thinking is that I will use the Magic palette for like bronzer, blush, all of that. And it is pretty warm tone when it comes to those shades here. So yeah, let's do the eyes first, because if it falls down my face, I want to, you know, be able to take it off. So yeah, let's do that. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to use my primer because it is white based. So it is very colorful. It's not clear, so I can't use it. So yeah, we're going to have to make do. And often when you use eyeshadows, and I'm going to go in with this one just to lighten and kind of even out my my eyelids first. So I'm going in with these two, the white and the beige one, just to kind of smooth out my eyes a little bit. But yeah, what was I going to say? I wanted to say that yeah, this is going to be really difficult, guys, to talk while I'm doing this. But what I wanted to say is that when you only use eyeshadows, it's going to look more natural, I guess, or like more soft. It's not going to be as clean, I guess, but I like it. And you know, if you have eyeshadows that you really want to use, that's good. It's a good way of using them. So let's go in with that one, making a little bit of a red toned look. Not too much though. I'm going to go to work today, so I really hope this will turn out okay. Oh, I'm not sure. It was such a long time since I did this. I used to do this, was it last year or the year before? The year before, I think. I used eyeshadows on my whole face kind of all the time, and it was a lot of fun. I hit a lot of pans that way. And so I'm going to take a lighter shade and just blend it out a bit. I usually do my crease first, and then I can go in with my fingers, because fingers make shimmers stand out a lot more, and especially when I don't have a base. And that's the way to go. And so let's see if we can do something good here. Okay, so what shimmer will I use? I will definitely use a lighter one in the like inner part of my eyes. Ooh, look at that. I really like the P. Louise shimmers. They're really, really sparkly. that. Look at that. I'm always amazed by her shimmers. It's crazy. Okay, let's take a darker one in the outer corner. And I'm going to use this one. This is a little bit like a bronzy red shade. Yeah, that's looking good. And so this was a really, really simple look, and I hope it turned out well. And now I'm going to go in with a black on my lashes for a mascara. And this is one of the reasons I'm going to go with my Merry Christmas palette from Odin's Eye. And I'm going to go with a black here. And this is why I do not want to have any primer on my face before doing this step, because this will just, it will have a lot of fallout. And so I'm going to take a brush like this. It's very little, but it has a little bit of fluff to it. And I like to go like right to the base of the lashes, kind of. To both have on my lashes, but also kind of as a little bit of a liner, like a really, really thin liner. So let's see if I can do this. Ooh, this is a very black shadow, so it's very good for this actually. I haven't done it with this exact shadow before. I've done it with my Pan That Huge palette a lot to hit pan on the black. But yeah, this makes it kind of look natural if you just have it on the lashes. And the question is just if you can have it as a liner as well, or like a smudge liner. Or if it will just be very uneven. Whoa. And so you see the fallout made this happen. I do not like to have like a black eye, so I'm going to take that away very soon. So I'm just brushing my lashes like this. Now this actually became a pretty intense look with all that shimmer, and they are pretty pigmented, the P. Louise shades that I used. And so, yeah, we'll see what we can do with this. But I'm going to take some of that and have in my brows as well, just to define them a little bit more. Like that. Now this is a great tip. I usually use these Q-tips. Is that the name in English? And so I'm just going to take away the black on the lower lash. So that's pretty good, but I'm going to want to take away this little area there. Just using a cotton pad and taking it off. Like that. Okay, so the question is if I actually want some color on the lower lash. I'm going to go in again. This is a brush from P. Louise, and it goes beautifully on the lower lash line. I do want it to be a little bit lighter, like I just wanted to tie it together with the crease, but not too much. I don't want it to be really seen, like really noticed, but I do want it to tie together, if you know what I mean. I want a pretty natural result. So there we go. Okay, so I think that was the hard part, like the mascara part. So now I want to go in with my foundation. And so I'm going to use a clear primer. This is from Figs and Rouge. It's really a pore primer, but I really want to finish it until next year, or during the next year. So I'm just going to use this one as a primer all over my face, really, because it's not really pore filling my pores too well. And I think it's pretty important when I use eyeshadows. I really want the eyeshadows to stick, and so I need something that it can stick to, which is why I really need a primer for this. This is always making my face very red. So there, I think we're good to go. So here's where the magic happens. And I'm going to go in with the shade Kessie right here. It's a good shade for me. So really, when you do your makeup with eyeshadows, you just have to find shades that matches your skin. You know, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, or in this case, foundations. You know, it will work. Maybe not as good as foundations, but sometimes they do. This is pretty pigmented, so even this lighter shade is a pretty good shade for a foundation. Usually I wouldn't go on camera with just eyeshadow like this, because the camera often takes away a lot of the makeup, and so a lot of the time it can look like I don't wear any makeup if I just use eyeshadow. Like, I have to have a lot of makeup for it to be kind of noticeable on camera, but maybe that was because I didn't have very good lighting, and I do have better lighting now, but I still have to like up it a lot when I edit, like the lighting. But yeah, whatever. I don't know what I wanted to say. I'm going to take like a fluffier and smaller brush just to have underneath my eyes, like so. I think that's turning out pretty good, actually. Okay. And now when I've done that, I can use a clear brow gel. Like I said, everything clear is, you know, good to go in this video, but everything colored has to be eyeshadow. So this is just a clear brow gel from Makeup Mecca. Okay, and then the question is if I want to use this one. This is what I thought I would use today, but since okay, so if one of my nails look disgusting, or several of them, it's because I dipped it into a green shadow in here. But what I was going to say is that since I brought this one, it has a lot of brown shades, and I think this one will be a better shade for me because it's just a little bit cooler. Like, I still want it warm since I do have a warm eyeshadow on. But you know, these go together, so that's good. So the question is what kind of brush I want to use. I'm going to use this one. This is from Luvia. And I'm just going to dip it pretty gently. And we're going in very light-handed here. Especially since I do want to be able to work in this later. I don't want to overdo it. But I kind of want to overdo it so that you really will be able to see it on camera. I hope you can see this. And I usually go in on the side of my forehead and a little bit on my chin and stuff. So just to form my face a little bit so I don't look as flat. Okay, I don't know if you can see that at all, but okay, so we're done with the bronzer. Let's go for the blush. And I'm going to take that one from here, and I think I'm going to mix these two actually. Or maybe just the Zakia. Nah, I'm going to mix them a little bit. And this is so pigmented, I think I've overdone it. But I can always go back with a lighter shade. It's okay. It doesn't look too much on the camera, right? In real life, well, Well, maybe it's not so bad. It's actually pretty good. Maybe I don't have to lighten it up. Okay, so that was actually pretty good. So the question is what I should use as a highlighter. And I think I'm going to go with my Panda palette for this because I'm trying to use it up. And so I'm going to go in with the shade Bubblegum, which I only have a little bit left of. And so I'm going to swirl this brush around. This time the brush is from Hiccup. And I'm just going to lightly go over my cheekbones. And especially when it comes to eyeshadows, because the shimmers are pretty glittery or like intense most of the time, maybe not as a highlighter. And so I like to go back with the brush I used like foundation on from the beginning and just smooth it out. And I heard this, I think it was from Dr. Barbara Stern, or who was it? Anyway, it was from somebody, and they said that they always go in with a clean brush. In my case, I always go in with the foundation brush because it does have maybe a little bit left or it has nothing left on it. And I can smooth out the edges of, you know, bronzer, blush, highlighter, and it will go together much more seamlessly. And I have really found that that helps a lot. And so what do we have left? We have lips. Okay, I'm going to go in with a clear lip balm from by Terry. And again, this is for the color to stick. And also I do like to have something underneath normal lipsticks and stuff as well to not dry my lips out as much. And so I'm going to go in with a pretty, you know, flushy but dense brush. And now the question is, what kind of lip color do I want? I want it to tie in with this, so I do want it to be pretty warm. Maybe I could use the same shadow as I used as a blush, or maybe top it off with like a shimmer. Yeah, let's go in with Zakia here. And it can turn out a little bit splodgy or like spotty, and it doesn't matter too much. We're going to have lip oil and kind of smudgy together anyway. And so this is way too orange for me. And we're going to darken it up a bit. The question is with what? Maybe I'll go in with this shimmer, see how that turns out. It will turn out a lot more pink then. Look at that. It looks metallic. Okay, I still want it to be darker. So I'm going to go in with this one again. I'm going to take a darker brown, like maybe a reddish brown like this one, maybe. It looks darker in the camera, I think. Yeah, maybe it's too light actually. Maybe I should go for one of the darkest shades. Oh, we can make an ombre effect. I like that better though. Maybe I should just have this ombre effect where I just have darker on the outer part of my lips. That actually turned out better than I expected. Okay. Do I like this? I'm going to take a little bit of a more reddish shade in the middle. Yeah, this is fun. I usually don't go for warmer toned lips, but I usually don't go with warm toned eyes either. And so it's been really fun to play around with warmer and cooler tones this year actually. Okay, we're going to kind of seal it in with the lip oil. I have the coconut oil here. If you know, you know. It's been here for a long time. Do I have any left? Oh, no. Okay. Paper. So we're taking away a little bit of that because I had way too much lip oil. But yeah, I think I'm done there. I could use a little bit more highlighter perhaps, but I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I can go to work like this, I think. And so, yeah, that's me doing my makeup with only eyeshadow. Okay, I'm just going to get ready, like hair and clothes and stuff, and then I can head off to work. I really like this. I thought this was a fun video to record, and I really hope you enjoyed it too. I don't know if I could ever do like a get ready with me where I talk about other things. I have no idea, because when I talk now, it was about the actual items and, you know, how to do what I'm doing. And that's not the same thing as talking about everything else. Like now it was more like, okay, I'm focusing on what I'm doing even more because I'm talking about it. So I don't know, but in any case, I thought this was a fun video to make. I hope you enjoyed it, that you maybe got a little bit inspired to use your eyeshadows more, and realizing that you can actually use your eyeshadows for more than you thought. Maybe you thought you could do all of this. Who knows? But I mean, if you run out of bronzer and you have a lot of neutral palettes, you don't really need to buy one in many cases. And so yeah, I just want to inspire you to use what you have. And again, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and hopefully I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.